Greetings and welcome to Hexed and Countered. I'm Joe. In this video, we'll be continuing our gameplay of Flying Fortresses B-17 missions over Europe. This will be mission 2. Our target is St. Nazaire, right there. U-boat pens. So we're going to try and hurt the U-boat menace here. Our victory point goal is 10. The target itself is worth 8. So we're going to get right down to business here. Now, I did enter crew names and gave everybody their XP for our successful flight in Mission 1. But we are just jumping right in here. So if you are unsure about how the game is set up or anything and want preliminary information, I gave that at the top of the Mission 1 video. All right, Mission 2, St. Nazaire. Here we go. Okay, we're going to, the target's here. Now, we've got 7 fuel. By my reckoning, assuming we take the straight and narrow here, we can go straight down the middle and get there in 2. So that's what we're going to try to do. So we're going to move here. That will cost us 1 fuel. We have 7 for this mission. So I've moved that over. Now, once we enter, we do that. Now our next move is going to cause the fighters to react. So we'll move here. And now our fighters will actually, wait a minute. Before I do that, we reveal the fighters as soon as we enter here. So we've got an ME-109, then we've got a Focke-Wulf, and we've got another one of those, the 190s, who are tougher. Okay, so you have to roll for activation. Now these 109s activate on a 1-5, so that's a fairly significant range there. I'm going to put my dice mat right there. We'll roll, and that is a 1. Which will activate this guy, but not these 2. Now, generally speaking, they would move there. I'm unsure if they move on the turn that you enter. So last time I didn't play it that way, so I'm not going to do it this time. Either way, we're going to end up in the same box with them, and we are going to have combat. So this is straightforward. We roll both dice, green and black, and we get a black 1. And a green 6. So the black 1 indicates what direction the fighters are coming from, and that's 12 o'clock, which is basically head on. And a 6 for the fort defense is both fort and crew are hit. So that's bad. So now we have to roll for our hit locations and the fort damage here. So we're going to roll the black again. It's a 2. That is starboard wing. And then I guess we also get starboard wing and right waist gunner both get hit. And we track that over here. So starboard wing is the right wing and the right waist gunner is on that same side. That makes sense. So they're both hit. Now 2 hits will knock a crewman out, and the damage on the components of the aircraft itself depends on the component. The wings are 4. If we lose a wing, obviously we cannot fly, so that would be a bad day for all involved. Okay, so we can now move again. And once we do that, we have to roll to see if they move. We got a 5, which activates, unfortunately for us, these guys. So they move here, and he's going to move here. They both move towards the bomber. Now, the difference between this and the other fighters we faced is they can go in any direction, and they get a +1 modifier on their roll. So let's roll again and see what we get. Now we got a 2 and a 2. So a 2 for us means that we dodged and got no hits. They were coming in from 3 o'clock. So we dodged, no hits. That's good. Not as good as shooting them down. But we do live to fight another day. So we're going to move down here now. And that has an AA in it. So we have to roll for flak. So I'll do that before I roll for the fighters. So let's see what the flak gives us. That's a 1. And that is 2 hits, engine 3 and 4. So engine 3 is, they're both on this side. And it takes 2 hits to knock out an engine. So the right side of the aircraft is getting kind of beat up here. All right, now we have to roll to see the enemy movement. It's a 2. And a 2 would only activate the 109. and they would go here, but I think they would have moved before because we rolled a 5, if I remember correctly. So they're going to actually, I'm actually going to move them twice. We should have fought them here, but we're going to fight them now. So again, we'll do this. 4 and 6. Well, we know 6 is not great because fort and crew are hit. They came in from 9 o'clock. So let me roll there. I guess we just take the damage. So we get port wing, which is the left wing, and the left waist gunner or the pilot get hit. So we made the pilot take the hit last mission. We'll let the waist gunner take it this time. So both waist gunners have been hit now. And the old Hexed Encounter here is getting beat up. But our next thing moves us in. Oh, man. Come on, Joe. Move in here. There will be flak at the target. And by moving into this box, we're going to activate all of these fighters. So we get a 109 that activates on a 2 to 4. We get a 109 that activates on a 1 to 5. And we get a second one of those. So now we have to roll. So unless we roll a 6, we are going to be facing an enemy fighter here. And look at that, we got a 6. All right. Nobody moves because nobody got activated. Now we have to roll for flak over the target. That's on this table right here. They get a 6, which is 2 hits, engines 1 and 2. All 4 engines have now taken a hit. And now we roll for our bomb run. We're coming in medium altitude, so we get a +1. No change on the die roll for the bombing run. So we need to roll low is what we want to roll here. And a 3 gets hit, target, victory point. Okay, so the target has been destroyed. All right, target has been destroyed. So that's good. We get full victory points for that. Not the +3, just the victory point number, which is 8. Okay, now we're going to egress here. So we move back up here. We again have to fight the 109. And then we also need to roll to see if these guys move. So let me do that first. That's a 1, so they do not activate. Just the 109 is activated. We roll, and we both got a 2. So 2 for us is dodged, no hits. They came in from 3 o'clock. So that was lucky for us. Now we're going to move here. And I will again roll for activation. It's a 6, so this guy activates, but the 109 does not. So we've got 2 fighters to deal with here. Oh, and I forgot to move this down. We're at 5, right? We went 6, 5, 4. We're at 4. All right, here we go. 1 and 4. Well, 1 for us is fighter downed. So we get a victory point for that. So we'll not take one of these guys out. I'll put that there. Then we'll roll for the other one. 5 and 6. Well, we know 6 means both crew and fort are hit. And 5 is 1 hit on engines 1, 2, 3, or 4, which is going to knock one of our engines out. And the top gunner or co-pilot will get hit. Okay, so one of our engines is now going to be out. I guess we'll take engine 1. Right, so engine 1 is now out, which is okay. It's not doesn't shoot us down. And then for the crew, top gunner or co-pilot. Well, let's have the co-pilot take the hit, I guess. That was not great. Now we move on. Whoops, they stay there. Now we roll again. They'll probably activate again. They did. And these guys also do. So they move up as well. Is that where? Yeah, I guess that is where we are. We're going to have these guys chasing us the whole way, probably. All right, here we go. Well, they got a 6, which is low. We got a 4, which is only crew hit. So 6 crew is ball gunner or radio officer. So we'll take I guess we'll take another cockpit hit and get the radio officer. He's here. Okay. All right. Now we're going to move up again. And we have to roll again to see if they are activated. Oh boy. Okay. Well, we have to do it one more time. That is a 6 for us, which means we get the damage and the crew, and a 4 for them, which again is going to be port wing. So that's the second hit on the port wing. And it's going to be left waist gunner or pilot. I don't want to lose the left waist gunner, so the pilot will have to take this hit. And now we move back there. We lose a fuel. And I think that's where we took off from. So we returned to base. We had a successful mission. We do get 1 extra victory point for downing a fighter. Number of fighters down, 1 victory point each. So our victory point total here, show you. Our target is 10. We downed 1, so we get 1 victory point for that. So I'm going to write a 1 here. Then we nailed our target. That's worth 8 in this instance. Then we get 3 for getting home. Nobody's out of action, so our total is 9, 12. So we've gotten 12 2 times in a row. Here you can see the crew I've created. All of these guys will get a second experience. You can spend your experience on bonuses, and I'll talk about that here in a moment when we do mission number 3. Actually, as I was moving pieces around, I realized that I didn't start in the right spot, because here on our mission map, you can see blue mission starts from this box. That's why we got extra fuel, because there's 2 extra boxes you have to transit through. Now our next mission is going to take off from here, next to London. So we will just sit there for now. I'm going to reset the map because I have to put new fighters out and so on. And then we will come back and do mission 3. Okay, I did screw up one thing, and I wanted to point it out here before we carry on. This is our target counter. And you can see there at the bottom, it says AA 4 to 6. I forgot to roll that. I just gave them an AA attack. Because one of the things your altitude does when you get your +1 DRM AA over target, it's applied to the roll to activate the AA. So what I may do this time is go in low altitude to get the -1 DRM on the bombing roll, but that'll give us a +2 chance, because this one's a 5-6. So that would turn a 3, anything 3 and up. So only a 1 or a 2 would avoid it. But we'll see how damaged we are as we go to get there. We have 9 fuel, and we're starting here. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to fly here first over London. Then we're going to go south. So that's going to cost us 2 fuel. And it's going to activate these 3 fighters. 1, 2, 3. So we get a 1-5, 109, 2 of those, and a 5-6 Focke-Wulf. We have a couple of AA in here as well. So let's move bad weather. Should I go through the bad weather to show you what it does? Why not? So we'll go through the bad weather box. So what this does is impacts your fuel. And it says lose 1 fuel. Okay. So losing a fuel puts us down to 6. Now our target is here. So that's 1, 2 boxes away. And then to get back, that would leave us with 4. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're running tight now. And now we roll to see which Germans get activated here. It's a 2, which means only our 109s, and they can move this way or this way. That is indicated on their counters, so they both move closer. Now I move here. We roll again. I got a 1 that time, which means these both activate again, and again they can only move up or down. So they're going to move here and there to get closer. Then I'm going to move again. I'm going to move here. Now this is an AA, so I'm going to get attacked. So we need to roll for that. And that's a 1, and that is 2 hits, engines 3 and 4, and I forgot to remove all of these. So I will leave the 3 and 4 on there, remove the rest. Okay. All right, not great. Now we roll to see who is activated fighter-wise. It's a 2, so these two are, so they'll both move here. We've managed to keep the FWs off our case here. Now I have a choice. I can either jump right in here, which, you know, could make some sense. This also puts you in what they call the danger zone, this dashed line here. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, these fixed AAs, they only hit on a 4 to 6. I rolled a 4, so they hit, but that's the rule there. So I wasn't able to find out what that means, other than maybe it's just more stuff there. It just says danger area, denoted by the red and yellow dashed lines. All air zones east of this line are considered in the danger zone, but it doesn't say what that means. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. So we're just going to continue here. So I'm going to move in here, and we're going to take on this AA, of course, and it gives us a hit. Couldn't be a miss, had to be a hit. All right. So we roll to see what that hit is. 4, again with the 4. Port wing, yeah, port wing and left waist gunner, or port wing and waist gunner. All right. Okay, so now we're in here. We flip these fighters over. We get a Focke-Wulf, 109, and a 2 to 4, 109. All right. Well, let's see who gets. Oh, we're going to move here, going towards Paris. We get a 5. That activates him and him. 3 for us, 5 for them. So the 5 for them is high. 3 for us is only fort is hit. So with a 5, they hit one of the engines, 1, 2, 3, or 4. We'll give the hit to engine 1. All right. Now we're going to move here. We again roll. It's a 6. That only activates this guy. So he follows us in. A 2 and a 3. Well, a 2 is dodged, no hits. The 3 means he came from 6 o'clock, which was behind us. So now we're going to move here. And again, roll. It's a 3. It doesn't activate him, but it does activate him. And him. Okay. So now we're going to move here. And it's a 6, which means that he also gets activated. So we'll fight the F1 190 first, I guess. We're going to have to do them both. 3 and 1. So 1 for them is going to be 12 o'clock. 3 for us is only the fort is hit. Let's roll again. 2 is starboard wing. And I forgot to do that last time. I messed that up. Okay, so now we'll do the ME 109. 6 and 5. Well, 6 is bad for us because both the fort and the crew are hit. 5 for them is a 1 hit on the engine, and we get either the top gunner or the co-pilot. We'll go top gunner, and sorry, brain fart. Okay, all 4 engines now have a hit, and this is just great. Now we're finally going to get out of there, but as our reward, we get to fly over this. Oh, thank God we got a miss. All right, well, that saves us there. But now we've got a fighter here, 109, 190, 190. Okay. So now we're going to roll 5. So, of course, that activates them. Oh, wait. I was going to move first. So we're going to move here. And we'll do the fighter first. So he's going there. They can move through the Swiss airspace, I guess. That's what the rules say. So we're now going to have a air battle here, and then I'll have to see if I get hit with flak. As I said, I'm going to go low altitude this time. Black 6, green 2. So that's no hits. They came in low. So that's good, at least. Now, in terms of our bomb run, It's AA56. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to see, well, I'll roll both together. We'll roll the bomb run and the flak at the same time. So they rolled a 1, which means no flak, and I rolled a 4 with a -1 DRM, makes it a 3. That means we hit the target for base damage. So the target has been destroyed. So you flip it over to the mission target destroyed side. You're in Dijon. Maybe we'll stop for some mustard on the way home. Just kidding. Okay, now we will roll. We're going to go head out here. So we'll go there. Probably going to get followed, but we'll see. 1. So that does not activate them, but does activate this guy. So now I can either go up here and brave AA and a fighter, or go here and have to deal with 2 fighters. Let's go here. At least there's a chance that this guy will, that this AA will be nothing. It is a miss, so that's good. So now we just have to take on this guy, but I do have to roll to see if the 190s follow. They don't. All right, so I have this fight with the 109s. 1 for them, which is 12 o'clock, and 4 for us, which is crew. So if we roll, nose or cheek gunner. Well, the cheek gunner got hit last mission. So we'll go with the nose gunner, who's also the bombardier. So his reward for hitting the target is he got shot. Or wounded, if you prefer. Okay, we're going to Amscray out of here now, and we're going to head to this spot, which costs us a fuel. I think we're down more than that. I forgot to move one for here. So I think we are at 4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Maybe am I only at 3 now? Did I screw this up again? I keep forgetting to move the fuel down. I think I'm at 3. I shouldn't be any lower than that. All right, so we've come in here. We flipped these guys now. It's a 2-4 ME-109, a 2-4 ME-109, and a 2-4 ME-109. Okay. Now, they don't attack, I believe, on the first one. And these guys move only diagonally. So I have a choice of flying through the air hazard or flying through the anti-air. So I'll take the anti-air, I guess. And that's a miss. So we're over Brussels. We got a miss from the AA. We're being lucky here. Let's roll 2 to 4. They're going to move. It's a 5. Because he would have just boop right there, and that would have been that. So now we're going to move here, and they will, again, roll. And this time they activate, but they can only move up. They can only move diagonally. So I guess he would probably go here. And he would move here, and he would move here. All right, so now I have choice here. I can come over here, where I will definitely have to deal with a 109 and maybe a 190. Well, 2 109s and maybe a 190. But if I go here, there's also an anti-aircraft there, which we know 4 to 6 means that they can shoot at us. So I'm actually going to do that. We're going to cross here. I'm going to remember to take my fuel down this time. We're going to roll, and it's a 3, so the anti-air does not get us. Now we roll to see if, well, we're going to move here. We'll see if these guys move. They do. So he moves up and he moves up. Then I'm going to jump here. That will move us down to 1 fuel. But now we can just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Brings us down to 0 fuel, and we land bingo on fuel. Okay, well, bingo fuel or not, we did not down any fighters this time. But we did hit our target, and we did return home safely. So we get, the target was worth 5, and we get 3 more for landing successfully, which thankfully for us, that is going to be 8. So as you can see here, 5 plus 3 is 8. That is a successfully completed 3rd mission for my whole crew. Nobody got whacked. That's good stuff. And that, my friends, is going to be the end of this video. So I have now done 3 full missions for you guys. I would assume that would probably give you a good idea of how the game works. You don't get, I've also basically filled out the first sheet here. Now you can flip it over and continue with missions 4, 5, and 6. On the back, there are 24 total missions here in the game that you can do as a campaign if you want. But for now, I am going to sign off. I do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. I hope you enjoyed it. Kept it relatively quick and punchy, I think. This is a really straightforward game. It is fun. There are some decisions to make in terms of what kind of hazard you want to deal with, because the way the map is laid out with the different fighters present and AA and all that good stuff, air hazards and bad weather and all this stuff. You have to take your chances somehow, somewhere, some way, and so that does lead to an element of suspense, I guess would be the best word for it. So my final thoughts is this is a fun game, pretty easy to play, and it does have a campaign element for those of you who like to name some characters and hope they can make it through the 24 mission crush, which culminates in a raid on Berlin, right there. So if you want to take a crack at bombing the capital of the Reich, that is mission 24. All right, we're done. Quick shout out to my channel members. I appreciate the support. For everybody else, again, thank you for watching. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to post them in the comment section. I will do my best to get back to you. Please consider liking, sharing, hyping, or possibly even subscribing if you're enjoying the content. But other than that, I guess we are done for now. So one last thank you. And I'm Joe. This is Hexed and Countered. And until next time, as always, happy gaming.